Wayne County basketball fans, welcome back into Big Oldies Radio. At the start of the second half, your score, Wayne County Wildcats in front of the Frank Hughes Lions, 22-14. It's going to be Frank Hughes basketball to open up the second half here. Cats with an 8-point lead here early in the second half to start things off. And they get the ball inbound to Simmons. And we're going to get a foul called, a hold called against Nate Beavis before we even get the ball inbound.
My goodness.
So Beavis picks up a quick foul there. That's going to be his, if I'm not mistaken, that should be his first foul of the game.
It is.
First team foul against Wayne County here in the third quarter. Staggs takes the ball out of bounds. He's going to get the ball into Simmons, and Simmons gives the ball over to McLean. McLean working against Case Bryant. Cats in the 2-3 zone defensively. Now they're switching to a man. Kevin Canfield working against Ray. Ray gives the ball back over to Simmons. Simmons works out, gives it to Dykus. Dykus dribbles out. He's going to try to drive it in, go through the paint. Puts up the layup. Rebound, no good. Rebound collected by Case Bryant. Bryant going to bring the ball up the floor for the Cats. He's going to go all the way and finish himself. Just a little too strong off the iron. No good. Rebound collected by Staggs out of, they're going to say out of bounds off the Cats. Off of Staggs. Staggs tried to save it, but he stepped on the baseline. So it's going to be Wayne County basketball.
Even Mr. Lynn was looking down there going, are you serious?
Yeah. Inbound, right to Tammy Canfield. Canfield with 2 points off the window. Gives him 10 for the night. He needs 2 more to get to that 2,000-point number. Dykus takes the inbound pass, brings the ball up the floor, working against Logan Davis. Davis defending as Dykus dribbles left, gets the ball back around to Tucker Staggs with the basketball now, trying to work it around, gets it back out to Dykus. Dykus gets the ball, and he's working against Davis. He tries to dribble around to the right. Instead, he just pulls up a deep three. No good. Off the mark. Rebound collected by Case Bryant. Bryant brings the ball back up the floor. Gives it to a trailing Tammy Canfield for a three-pointer. No good. But Bryant on the glass. He gives it to Nate Beavis underneath. And Nate Beavis off the window knocks it through for a quick 2 points. 26-14 your score now with 6:30 to go here in the third quarter of action.
That was a nice little dish over to the other side.
Yes, it was.
I'm glad he's able to see that.
Simmons brings the ball up the floor, and he hits a little 15-foot floater, knocks it right through the middle, knocks it back to a 10-point game. 26-16 now the score. Davis has the ball for the Cats, working, trying to set up the offense. He comes around Nate Beavis on the screen, and he's cut off by McLean. McLean playing good tight defense against Davis, not wanting to let him go. Instead, Davis just puts it on the ground and drives the lane. And he takes it right in for an easy layup right off the window. 2 points for Davis. Makes it a 12-point basketball game. 28-16 your score. Wayne County out in front.
I really like what Wayne County's trying to do right there. They weren't trying to force anything. They're letting the floor, letting the plays develop.
Simmons gets the ball to McLean underneath the basket. He puts up a floater, no good. Canfield brings it back up the floor. Gives it to Case Bryant, who gives it back out to Canfield. Canfield at three. And that three-pointer right here is going to be a Kevin Canfield 2,000 career points. The first ever athlete for Wayne County basketball to ever score 2,000 points in this program's history. I tell you what, for a second there, Will, I wasn't sure he was going to get there tonight.
Man.
They played tight defense on Canfield the entire first quarter. I mean, he had 8 points at the half. Even in the middle of all that they were doing, still our leading scorer. But here we are, 3 minutes into the third quarter. He hits a layup on the end of the floor off the inbounds pass and then knocks down a three to give him that 13. And 2001, man.
He's a true leader, Jacob. He really is. In a lot of ways, he leads more than just on the floor, in the game.
Yeah.
But to reach 2,000 points, actually 2,001 to be exact, what an accomplishment for this young man. Got big things ahead for him.
But now we got to settle down. We got a 15-point lead, but we still got 13 minutes of basketball to play here. And I tell you what, this is what I know about Cam and Canfield. If you talked to him tonight before the game and said you're going to get to 2,000, but you're going to get beat, he would say, I don't want the points.
Yes, he would. I know he would.
I want the win. And Frank Hughes tries to work underneath. The basket, no good. Rebound brought out and collected by Logan Davis, who kicks it back out to Canfield. Canfield wanted another three, but the defense just collapsed down on him. Now Davis gets it back over to Canfield, puts up another three. This one off the mark, no good. And we got a fight underneath the basket. with McLean and Beavis fighting for the basketball.
I think she's going to call it on Bryant.
She's going to, no, I think, well, she's going to call it on somebody.
Told you.
It's going to go against Case Bryant.
That's his third.
So Case Bryant picks up his third foul of the game. Second team foul now for the Cats here in the third quarter. And Bryant now with 3 fouls is going to come off the floor as Drew Bogus quickly checks into the game. Coach Franks wants to get Bryant off the floor in foul trouble. Dykes brings the ball up the floor for Frank Hughes. Cats man-to-man defensively. Davis working inside there, and they get the ball back out to McLean. Swings it back around to Dykes. Dykes now working to the right, now being guarded by Nate Beavis. Beavis comes around. Now double team down. We're going to get a foul called on Canfield as Dykes was trying to pass the ball down low to Ray. Instead, Canfield come out for help, and Canfield picks up his first foul of the game. Third team foul now against the Cats. And with 4:33 to go here in the third quarter, we got to keep an eye on those fouls. No team fouls for Frank Hughes at this point.
That's a lot like how the first quarter was, actually. They
just corrected it. Okay, Canfield's only got the 1 foul. Warren Canfield ready to check into the game for the Cats. They get the ball inside to Tucker Staggs. Staggs off the window picks up a basket, makes it a 31-18 basketball game.
That's his first bucket.
That may be his first bucket, but like we talked about at the half, he's been contributing way more than points.
Yeah. Well, the shot he put up before that was a reverse layup that looked really good. It just didn't roll around in for him.
Yep. Now Davis is going to slow things down, try to set up the offense. He swings it over to Beavis, gets it around to Butler. Butler swings it inside to Bogus. Bogus down low to Canfield. Yeah. Canfield's shot, no good. No, they're going to call that against Kamen.
What?
They called Kamen on a charge there. And so they're going to say that shot, no good, and that Canfield committed. No, they're not giving him a foul. They're just saying the ball out of bounds off Canfield. I guess they said he stepped on the baseline or something. I thought they called a foul there, but he never came out to report it. So no foul call, but the turnover there. Now working on the other end of the floor, Frank Hughes gets the ball up. Bogus coming hard up the floor with the basketball, puts it off the glass, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Case Butler. Now Mosley checks into the game for the Cats along with Warren Canfield as Butler comes to the sideline. So on the floor for the Cats, we've got Davis, Kamen Canfield, Warren Canfield, Drew Bogus, and Kason Mosley. Dykes brings the ball up the floor.
Four fouls, and Tucker is still out there.
No, Tucker, they didn't call a foul.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they didn't call a foul. He's still sitting on 3. So
okay.
Simmons with the basketball, swings it around to Dykes. Dykes comes in behind him. Now he puts up a 3-pointer from way out there. No good off the rim. Loose ball collected by Logan Davis, and Davis is going to bring the ball back up the floor. Working against McLean. He wants to drive inside. It's not there. Instead, he gives it back to Mosley. Now Mosley's going to put it on the floor, drive the paint. The basket is good, and the foul. McLean's going to pick up that foul, and 1 for Mosley. Basket's going to be good. And now Kaysen goes to the line with an opportunity to convert the 3-point play.
That's McLean's second foul.
That is McLean's second foul. Okay. First team foul against the Lions here in the third quarter. Now, Travis
Gakane.
How am I going to say that? I have no idea. Mosley completes and converts the 3-point play. And now Dykes is going to bring the ball up the floor for the Lions.
He wants him to clear. He's planning on taking it.
He does. He wants to isolate. That's all he wants to do at this point. And he's going to drive against Davis. The reverse layup underneath. Off the window is good. Dykes picks up another basket, makes it a 14-point game. Now Davis brings the ball up the floor, gets it over to Warren Canfield. Warren G tries to get the ball down to Mosley. Instead, the ball deflected by Ray. And we get are you kidding me? Mosley was in there, tried to get his hands on the basketball to create a jump ball situation. Instead, they're going to call a foul on Mosley for a hold. That's going to be his second foul and the 4th team foul now against the Cats. Ridiculous.
That was insane. I try not to say anything when it comes to him, but when I was in the mountains, there was a couple times that I did, and I just couldn't help it. But yeah. I'm just not going to say much more on that right now.
Yep. Gassonet with the ball, gets the ball back around to Dykes. Cats in foul trouble here with 4 fouls in this quarter. 1 more foul, and the Lions will shoot the rest of the way. Simmons pulls up from the free throw line. Off the iron, no good. Rebound collected by Canfield. He gives the ball to Bogus. Bogus coming hard up the floor. Passes ahead to Warren G. And Warren G with the layup off the Off the iron, no good. Rebound, collected, put back, and Bogus finally converts. I saw what you saw. Dykus came in on the block. He got his hand on the backboard. That should have been a foul call right there.
You know, when I played, that was exactly what was called. It was always called as a Nate basket.
A goaltend, exactly. Yeah, he tended the basket, but the basket goes the way of the Cats. And now Ray tries to save the ball, and instead he saves it right to Drew Bogus. Bogus has got 5 guys against 3. Passes across to Canfield.
Wow.
Back out to Davis as Canfield was nearly going out of bounds. Davis with the floater, no good off the iron, and Dykus collects the rebound. We got a minute to go here in the third quarter. Dykus coming back up the floor, and now we're going to get a foul called against Warren Canfield. I don't know about that one right there. I think Dykus initiated that contact, but they're going to call the foul against Warren G., and that's going to put Dykus on the line to shoot 2.
Well, he spun right into that, and Warren just embraced it, and he lost control of the basketball, so he took it away. I disagree with the call myself.
Warren was in perfect position. He had his feet set. He was there. The defender has to be able to have some position, right? You've got to give the defender something.
Yeah.
Dykus knocks down both of those free throws, makes it a 36-22 basketball game, and we've got a timeout taken here. I believe that's going to go against Wayne County.
They're taking a full.
Frank Hughes taking the full timeout. So Frank Hughes taking a timeout to try to slow things down here. It's still a 14-point basketball game, but now Wayne County has grabbed the momentum and brought it back. We just got to make sure that we keep it at this point.
Well, he looked over right there, and Franks told him full. That's why I said he called it on a Wayne County right there, but. I guess they got him first. I'll take it.
We may need that at the end of the game, and
give us more timeouts. We're up by 14 right now, Jacob, but
it feels like a tighter ball game.
Man, it is tight. It is a really good ball game as far as physicality goes. There's a lot of pushing, a lot of bumping, and nothing is coming easy.
No.
I don't think I've seen an easy shot all night long.
No, neither team has had an easy shot.
Right.
Maybe you could say Davis had that one on the, they opened up the paint and he just drove the middle there, but that'd be about the only thing I could see that you would call easy. Wayne County basketball here with 1:06 to go in the third quarter. Davis takes the inbounds pass. Davis, Warren Canfield, Kamen Canfield, Bogus, and Mosley on the floor for the Cats. Davis brings the ball up the floor. He comes around the right-hand side. He's going to go to the basket. Tries to take it himself, and now we're going to get a foul called. That's going to put Davis on the line to shoot 2, and let's see who they call it against here. Against 20, that's going to go against Sammy Ray. I believe that's his second team foul against Frank Hughes here in the third quarter. 53 seconds to go here in the third quarter of action. Davis at the line to shoot 2. First shot is up and good. Davis' second shot now as he gets in position, goes through his routine. And that one's going to be good as well. Makes it a 16-point lead for Wayne County. Devin Dykus has the basketball. He brings it up the floor for Frank Hughes, working against Davis. And I would be surprised if we see anything other than just straight isolation. But he gives the ball over to Simmons. Now McLean has the ball, working against Canfield. Goes inside. Shot no good. Kamen Canfield with the rebound. He comes down on the other side, brings it out, passes ahead to Davis. Davis has got numbers, but he's going to slow down. Now the reverse turnaround shot, no good. Look at Trey Bogus coming in with a rebound, cleaning up the glass, putting it back, and not able to get it to fall. That's 2 of them that roll off the front of the rim. Dykus comes out with it. Now Dykus working against Davis. He pulls back, and now he's going to drive the baseline. He wants to go up, and we're going to get a travel call as Dykus puts an extra step there before the shot, so the travel turns the ball back over to the Cats. 9.7 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Cats with a 16-point lead. Simmons putting pressure in the backcourt. Canfield has the ball working in the half court against McLean. He loses possession. McLean comes up with it. They're laying on the ground. Now Boggins gets the ball, but the clock expires, and there's the buzzer. At the end of the third quarter, your score, Wayne County 38, Frank Hughes 22. Stay right here with us. We'll bring you all the fourth quarter action. You're listening to Wayne County Basketball on Big Oldies Radio. And you are pleased. Wayne County basketball fans, welcome back into Big Ole Wings Radio. Your score here at the start of the fourth quarter, Wayne County out in front of Frank Hughes by a count of 38-22. For those of you that are keeping up with the college football playoff, in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Indiana, 35-7 over Oregon, and what looks like it's going to be a runaway down there. So thankfully not much missed at home while we're here watching what feels like a much tighter basketball game than the score would indicate.
It feels like a much more important basketball game.
Yeah.
It feels like they're playing for something. You know what? They are. It's called pride.
Yeah, they are. Cats with the basketball to start the fourth quarter of action. Beavis inbounds the ball to Logan Davis. Starting five on the floor for both teams. And now we've got Davis works the ball around to Beavis. Beavis gives it off to Bryant. Bryant underneath to Case Butler. And Butler with the finish.
That-a-way Case.
Makes it a 40-22 basketball game. Cats only 2 points away now from a 20-point lead. Ray has the basketball, gives it over to McClain. McClain wants to give it back out to Dykus, and Nate Beavis says, no, sir. Now, instead, he gives it to Simmons. Now, Simmons hands off to Dykus, who comes around behind, puts up a three-pointer, way off the mark, hits nothing, and goes out of bounds. Case Butler just lets it go. So that's going to turn the ball back over to Wayne County.
That was a real tight defense there, and that was a little bit risky by Case, because unless he was just doing a very good job, because I thought Bryant actually may have got a little hand on that.
May have, yeah.
Well, I'm actually glad he didn't.
Case out there with 3 fouls. Now Davis working inside, puts up the layup, no good. He had 4 white jerseys on him there, and he's looking for a call, not able to get it there. Now Dykus brings the ball back up the floor. He's working through 3 black jerseys, loses possession, gets the ball back, puts up a shot off the window and drops right through. Said Devin Dykus with another 2-pointer. Now the inbounds pass ahead to Case Bryant. Bryant puts up a shot, no good, but he's going to get knocked to the ground. And I believe Tucker Staggs is going to pick up his 4th foul. Nope, they're going to call that against Sammy Ray. So Sammy Ray picks up his 4th foul. First team foul against Frank Hughes. I did that. I did that the entire time that we were here calling the Frank Hughes Adamsville game. Sawyer was on the call with me, and I kept calling Sammy Sawyer Ray. So, Sawyer, if you're listening tonight, buddy, I'm giving you credit for stuff that you're not doing.
I bet he'll take it.
Bryant's first free throw is good. Second free throw is up and good as well. Makes it a 42-24 basketball game. Cats with an 18-point advantage. We're inside of 6.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Dykus brings the ball up the floor. He loses the possession of the ball, and Nate Beavis just takes it from him. And now Nate Beavis is going to bring the ball up the floor, gets the ball over to Logan Davis, and now Davis is going to kind of slow things down, set up the offense. And if you're the Cats, you got a good lead right now. Run your offense, but if you got a chance to burn some clock, do it.
That's good.
Infield working left, puts up a layup off the window, and he's going to get fouled by Simmons. So the basket is going to be good. Simmons picks up another foul, and that's going to put Canfield on the line to shoot 2. That's Simmons' 3rd foul of the evening.
That's an and one.
So, my fault.
Nice move. That spin move was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's textbook.
Canfield with an opportunity to convert the 3-point play. Shot is up and good. So Canfield converts the 3-point play, makes it a 19-point advantage for the Cats as Simmons brings the ball up the floor for Frank Hughes. Working against Beavis, tries to get inside. He splits the defense. The shot, no good. Off the mark, collects his own rebound. Put back, no good. Now the rebound collected by Tucker Staggs underneath, and Nate Beavis comes out with it. Nate Beavis comes ahead, passes ahead to Case Butler. Butler goes up hard and not able to convert the basket, but he is going to get fouled on the way to the floor, and that's going to put Case Butler on the line to shoot 2. They're going to call that against McClain. That's White McClain's 3rd team foul now against Frank Hughes here in the fourth quarter. With 5:53 to go. Case's first shot off the mark, no good.
First quarter, a lot of the fouls went against Frank Hughes. Second quarter, a lot went against Wayne County. Third quarter, went a lot against Wayne County.
Yeah.
So right now, it's Frank Hughes on the foul.
But now they just corrected the scoreboard. That's 2 team fouls now against Frank Hughes in this quarter. None for Wayne County at this point. Case 0 for 2 on that trip to the line, and Sammy Ray with the rebound collects it, gives it to Devin Dykus, who brings it back up the floor. He wants to pick up the tempo, but the Wayne County defense just doing a good job of getting back and getting in front of him. He finds Simmons on the elbow, who puts up a 3-pointer off the mark, no good. Good board by Case Butler. He gives it to Logan Davis, and Davis brings it back up the floor in transition. He had the shot off the mark, no good, and now Logan Davis laying on the ground.
That is Logan's 5th time on the floor tonight.
Yeah, Logan's is getting beat to shreds. Devin Dykes picks up a foul. That's his 2nd foul of the game, and I think Logan got hit in the eye or something. He's trying to be able to see what's going on, and we need him to be able to see. He's got to go to the line to shoot.
Hey, just shoot him blind. He can do
it. The only guy I've ever known to be able to do that was MJ, man. Hey, Kobe couldn't even do that.
MJ was the man.
Yes, he was. First shot up, off the mark. It's a little too strong off the back of the iron. Vargas is going to check into the game, and Kenny Canfield coming to the bench.
And Garkane checked in for the Lions.
Garkane did check in for the Lions. You're right. Thankfully, I haven't had to call his name a whole lot. Second shot, no good. Davis 0 for 2 on that trip to the line. Now the rebound collected by Vargas.
That's his call.
What is that? Vargas did a great job to save it and keep it in bounds, and getting back and
he called it on Case Butler.
Called that? Yeah, really? Butler picks up a foul on. I don't even know what to call that. That was one of the worst calls I've ever seen.
Wayne County took a
trying to get the ball back in bounds, trying to save it. One of our guys gets back there on a hustle play. I mean, Frank Hughes hustling, and they're going to call Case Butler on a foul. Third foul against Case Butler. First team foul against the Cats here in the 4th quarter. We got a 19-point advantage. I think right now, if you're Coach Franks, you feel good about where you are. You just got to make sure that your guys keep it together on defense and don't make any stupid mistakes with the ball.
Yeah, a 21-point lead right here with 5 minutes and 26 seconds to go is big here for this game tonight. After the way that it's been, it doesn't feel like there's a 21-point lead. You know what I mean? But that save by Drew was beautiful. And it was a great hustle by the Lion. I don't remember which number it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then Case Bryant had the audacity in a good way to flash toward the ball, and he almost come away with the steal right there. Instead, they called a foul on Case.
Yeah, Case Butler. So Butler and Bryant on the floor, both of them with 3 fouls apiece. Lawson Seagull checks into the game for the Cats. And now Garkane with the ball, gives it back over to Simmons. Simmons dribbles around, gives it over to Dykes. Dykes drives inside. Puts up the layup with his left hand, no good. Rebound collected by Case Butler, and Butler's going to bring it up the floor. Now he's going to slow down and give it back. Tries to get it back to his point guard, but he's got Dykes right in his face. Beavis gets the ball, and now he's going to give it over to Seagull. Now Lawson's going to kind of set everything up, gives it back over to Beavis. Beavis dribbles the ball. Look, I love Nate, but he's not the guy you want handling the ball right now.
Not with that type of pressure.
No. Seagull gets the ball down low to Butler. Hey. Butler drives it to the basket, puts up a left-hand layup. Off the back window, it's going to drop through and be good. 47-24. Now the score. Wayne County with a 23-point advantage as Dykes works against Beavis along the baseline. Puts up a floater right over the top of him. Nothing but net. And Dykes is starting to come alive here in the 4th quarter. Might be a little too late. Pass the ball to head to Beavis. Beavis dribbles the ball out. He wanted to pass the ball over to Bryant, but Bryant being guarded well by Garkane over there. Instead, he gives the ball to Stegall. Now, Lawson drives along the left-handed side. And look at Lawson Stegall getting into the mix. 2 points for him. Makes it a 49-26 basketball game. We got 4 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Wayne County way out in front. Now we're going to get a whistle.
He's going to get a sub timeout.
Yeah, we're going to get a substitution timeout. So Tristan Witherspoon checks into the game for Frank Hughes, while Mosley and Warren Canfield check into the game for the Cats.
You know, we haven't mentioned this tonight, I don't think, but, you know, these are 2 really great coaches.
Absolutely.
This team's got a staff full of really good coaches. A couple have a young coach over here with Wayne County. Got Owen Reisner. He's already a really good coach, but he's going to be a great coach. Everyone believes in him. Nice shot by Devin there with a deep 3.
Devin Dykes with a deep 3 from the top of the key. I mean, he was standing almost on the tail of the Lion logo out there when he shot that one. Now Canfield working against Witherspoon. Tries to take it inside, instead gets it back out to Bogus. Bogus gives it over to Mosley. Mosley puts up a little floater from 15 feet, no good. Dykes collects the rebound. He's going to bring it back up the floor. And he loses the handle, and we're going to get a foul called Stegall takes the foul. He's literally just stripped the ball out of his hands.
The only thing I can think of is he got a little bit of action on the arm right there.
I don't know, maybe. But that's going to put Dykes on the line to shoot two. 49-29 the score. Stegall picks up his first foul of the game, second team foul against the Cats. First shot off the back of the iron, no good. What's that old saying? Ball don't lie, baby.
That's right.
And now Dykes with his second shot. And that one goes through.
He's 50% from the free throw line.
Yep. So 1 for 2 on that trip makes it a 19-point advantage for the Cats. We got 3:17 to go here in the contest. Stegall brings the ball up the floor, gives it over to Canfield. Canfield finds Bogus. Bogus wants to work inside. Instead, he gives it to Mosley, coming back out to the top of the key. He finds Stegall. Stegall working against Garcinet. Gives the ball back over to Beavis, and Beavis going to kind of reset everything. Now he gives the ball back to Stegall, and Stegall working. Instead, now the ball poked away by Garcinet. And the pass, he tried to pass it ahead to Simmons, deflected and stolen by Drew Bogus. And Bogus goes in, puts up the shot. It's going to fall no good. And then we're going to get a foul call underneath. That's going to put Drew Bogus on the line to shoot two. And that's going to go against Witherspoon. That's going to be his first foul, fourth team foul now against Frank Hughes. First shot up for Bogus is good. Nate Lineberry checks into the game for Frank Hughes as Witherspoon comes to the bench. Bogus' second shot up off the mark, no good. Rebound collected by Dykes. And Dykes is going to bring it quickly back up the other end of the floor. He dribbles, pulls it along the baseline, passes across to Lineberry, who kicks it back out to Simmons. Simmons drives into the paint, pulls up a little floater from about 10 feet, knocks it right down. 50-32 the score now. It's an 18-point game. Cats still out in front with 2.5 minutes to play.
I really like what I'm seeing by these younger guys out here.
Stegall working hard, has the basketball instead. Now the defense just clears out, and Lawson said, hey, if you're going to give me the open look, I'm just going to shoot the three, and nothing but a buttery biscuit right through the middle of the iron. Devin Dykes now has the ball, brings it up the floor, working along the baseline, puts up the layup off the iron, no good. Rebound collected and brought in by Mosley. Mosley pushes the ball up the floor. We got numbers. He gets it over Stegall in the corner. Stegall with a wide open three off the iron, no good. Rebound collected by Bogus underneath, who gets back in position along the baseline, and now the ball out of bounds off of Bogus. And that's going to turn the ball back over.
I disagree with that. She let a lot go right there against Drew. You could tell Drew was getting a little frustrated.
Yep.
He may have even traveled right when he tried to spin around. I thought he spinned off an opposite pivot foot right there. But, you know, Dockene had a hold of Drew before he even got that rebound.
Yeah. Speaking of young players, Casey Franks and Hudson Floyd check into the game for the Cats. And Kyler Self waiting to check in at the next stoppage of play. Simmons working, try to get the ball down. Instead, it gets deflected by Bogus. And now Bogus tries to gather it. Simmons knocks it away, passes it back underneath to Sammy Ray, who puts it up off the window through the basket. It's good. Makes it a 19-point game. We got 1:18 to go. 53-34 to score. And we got a substitution timeout right now. As checking into the game for the Cats is going to be number 20, Bentley Littleton, number 40, Kyler Self, and number 5, Hunter Skelton. Coming into the game on the other side is Jace Armitage, checking into the game for Frank Hughes. So,
watch 40.
Minute 15.
Watch Kyler Self right
here. Oh,
yeah.
Kyler can play.
He can do a lot for the Wayne County Wildcats, and I expect him to be able to get inside. I expect him to be able to get in a little bit more maybe later in the year as needed. But I believe he's going to be a guy who's going to step in next year as well and do a lot of damage against teams.
Not sure what the stoppage of play was there, but the pass out to Kyler Self. Self puts up a three, no good. Rebound collected by Sammy Ray. Ray brings the ball back up the floor, gives it over to Garcinet. He brings it across the timeline, and he brings it up. He's working inside. He's going to try to put up the floater off the mark, no good. Rebound collected by Sammy Ray, and the putback good, and he's going to pick up the foul. So the basket for Ray is good, and we're going to get the M1 call underneath. And I believe that's going to go against Self, who's going to pick up his first foul of the game. Third team foul now against the Cats.
I was just sitting here bragging on it.
Yep. Now we've got a stoppage of play as the Frank Hughes student section gets a little, no, I'm sorry, that was the Wayne County student section getting a little bit of something there. Off the mark, the shot, no good. Rebound collected by Wayne County. Hudson Floyd brings the ball up the floor. He wants to go all the way, right off the window, and Floyd knocks down 2 points, makes it a 55-36 basketball game. Garcinet brings the ball back up the floor for Frank Hughes and swings it around, gets it back over to Garcinet. Garcinet thought about taking a shot. He wanted to look. He wanted somebody in the corner, but nobody was there. Instead, now he kicks it back out to the top of the key. Three-pointer way off the mark, no good. Rebound collected by the Cats as Casey Franks now brings the ball up the floor. We're going to get a charge call against Casey Franks. Garcinet had his feet planted and got knocked to the turf. So
that wasn't an absolute bad call. He was in a pretty good position.
Yeah, he was in decent position there. So Garcinet and Witherspoon in the backcourt now for Frank Hughes as they inbounds the ball, and Garcinet going to bring the ball up the floor. Wayne County going to come out victorious here tonight. We're just waiting to see what the final score might be as we're down to 8 seconds to go. Witherspoon working in and out of the ball, taken away by Hunter Skelton. Skelton brings the ball back up the floor. He wanted to go and score, but the ball got knocked out of bounds. He kind of lost the handle, and it goes out of bounds off the Lions, rather. The Cats going to retain possession. Franks inbounds the ball, tries to get it to Skelton, but that's going to take us to the end of the game. Your final tonight, Wayne County victorious. Final score 55-36 over Frank Hughes. Stay right here with us. We'll bring you all the postgame stats and analysis. You listen to Wayne County basketball on Big Oldies.
Score clear, 84 seconds.
Wayne County basketball fans, welcome back into Big Oldies Radio. Your final score tonight in the men's action, Wayne County 55, Frank Hughes 36, as the Lady Cats and the Cats victorious in both games tonight against the Lions and the Lady Lions. We got some final stats and analysis here. Where are we going to have stat-wise here for us, Will?
Well, here for the Frank Hughes Lions, we have Tucker Staggs, who ended up with 2. Sammy Ray had 10. White McLean had 3. Hazen Simmons had 4. And Devin Dykes had 14. For the Wayne County Wildcats, number 10, Logan Davis, had 9. Number 11, Lawson Stegall, had 5. Case Bryant had 8. And Casey Mosley had 5. Drew Balgus had 3. Nate Beavis had 2. Case Butler had 4. Hudson Floyd had 2. And for leading the Wayne County Wildcats with his 2,000-point milestone tonight is going to be Cayman Canfield with 16 points tonight.
8 points in each half, and that's pretty impressive, especially considering he wasn't on the floor for most of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But, congratulations to Cayman Canfield, 2,000-point milestone, and being the first player ever in the history of the program to achieve that for the men's basketball program. That's huge.
It is. I'm super proud of these guys. I'm proud of Wayne County. I'm proud of the Lady Cats as well. I know we talked about them earlier, but to see Cayman to come in here tonight, and he had his eyes set on it in a good way, not in a conceited or a boasting way. What's the best way to say that?
He's one of the most humble guys I've ever met.
He truly is, and I tell people that quite often when I mention his name and when I talk about him. But it's not just him. He knows that a lot of his success comes from his team as well. He knows that his success is the team's success, and the team's success is also his success.
Yeah.
And knowing that as a leader on your team, you can lead your team to huge victories. And today, that was one of those.
Yep.
It started off real tight, didn't know what was going to come out. We were hoping that the Cats would do exactly what they or what everyone expected them to do on our side. But the Lions, they put up a huge fight, especially in the first half. Fourth quarter, may have got a little tired with the lack of substitutions. But, great job, Wayne County. Shout out to Frank Hughes Lions here, also in Wayne County. Great group of young men, great coaches for sure. So
I tell you what, I don't want to take anything away from anybody else in the district. Perry County is there and everything, but and of course Collinwood. But I tell you what, with this game we just saw right here, I would not be surprised one bit if we see this game again in the district championship.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. I think we play them again on the 30th of January in Wayne County, and we'll be on that one as well. It's also on Friday night.
Yeah, indeed.
So I imagine that'd be a good game. I do imagine it to be a little bit tighter officiated.
We'll have better officials.
That's what I'm saying in a polite way.
Yeah.
So, I didn't want to try to harsh. And now listen, I've had plenty of conversations with two of those officials, and they have great hearts. They're great people. Yeah. As we say all that, we do appreciate the officials being out here, because without officials, man, we can't play this game.
You can't play a game, yeah. Well, I mean, I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I wore the stripes for a while in basketball until I had to give it up because of my work situation and stuff like that on the football field. And it's one of the hardest and most thankless things that a person can do. So we do appreciate the officials. They put themselves in tough positions.
Definitely.
And they're not they're only human. They're not going to be perfect. They're going to make bad calls, and sometimes it's going to go your way, sometimes it's not. You just kind of hope that those calls kind of even themselves out and don't affect the outcome of the game. And tonight that was the case, So we're looking forward to more basketball ahead. Of course, next week the Cats and the Lady Cats are at home. Tuesday night against Hickman County. That's not a district game. So while we won't be bringing that action on Big Oldies, John Harper will bring that action to you through WCHS Sports. We'll be back on the radio with you next Friday night as we play host to Perry County in district action.
And what a matchup that's going to be.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The Lady Cats and the Wildcats playing host to Perry County next Friday night. So we will look forward to bringing you all that action. Hope you'll be right here with us if you're not able to come out and be present to support the teams in person. For all of us here at Big Oldies Radio, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Lady Cats, Wildcats, both victorious against Frank Hughes. Join us Tuesday night on WCHS Sports and next Friday night on Big Oldies Radio for Perry County. For the guys back in the studio, myself, Will Mosley, we appreciate you joining us. You've been listening to Wayne County Basketball on Big Oldies.